Okay. Hello, everyone. Bonjour et bienvenue à tous. My name is Kim Bouffard, and I am absolutely delighted to welcome you to the first ever Future City Experience Showcase. As participants in this showcase, you're the first students in Canada to participate in this program. That is a condensed version of the Future City competition that takes place every year through our partner Discovery. This is also the first year that this program has been delivered entirely online in English and in French, engaging students and volunteers from straight across Canada. We know that there's been a lot going on this year, and the fact that you're joining us today speaks to your creativity, resourcefulness, and of course your determination, which are all things that we look for in our future engineers. Something that you might not know about engineers is that in order to be an engineer, you have to make a commitment to protect the public and to serve the community. In honor of this, I'd like to take a moment before we start today to acknowledge the Indigenous peoples of all the lands that we're on. While we meet today on a virtual platform, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the land, which we all call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territories of all the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations peoples that call this nation home. Please join me in a moment of reflection to acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past and to consider how we are and how each of us can, in our own way, try to move forward in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Thank you. So before we jump into the agenda, I want to introduce the three organizations that made today possible, specifically Ontario Tech University, Engineers Canada, and Engineers of Tomorrow. Here today representing Ontario Tech University is Dr. Hussam Kishwe, Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science at Ontario Tech, and Dr. Walid Ibrahim, Associate Professor of the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science. Welcome, and over to you.
Thank you, Kim. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science at Ontario Tech University, I would like to welcome you to the Future City Experience Showcase. I am so pleased to see you all here today to celebrate the hard work you have put into this project over the past few months. While working on the futuristic city, you have all got to see what it's like to be an engineer. You put your problem-solving hats and walked through the process on building a city on the moon. But engineering isn't just about solving problems. Engineering is about solving big problems, complex problems. Engineers will be critical to solving problems like climate crisis, making water clean and accessible, improving our healthcare system, and making our online world more safe. Problems that our world is facing and that one day all of you could have a hand in trying to solve. Perhaps you were inspired by this project, and one day I will see you here at Ontario Tech Engineering. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Walid Morsi Ibrahim. I'm Associate Professor in the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science in Ontario Tech University. I teach and I do research in the area of smart grid and renewable energy. It's my pleasure to be here attending this important event, and I think the Dean's message should reach everyone. That's why I'll be delivering this message in French. Bon après-midi tout le monde. Au nom de la Faculté de Génie et des Sciences appliquées de l'Université Ontario Tech, je vous souhaite la bienvenue à la vitrine de l'expérience de la ville future. Je suis ravi de vous voir tous ici aujourd'hui pour célébrer le travail que vous avez investi dans ce projet au cours des derniers mois. Tout en travaillant sur votre ville futuriste, vous devez tous voir ce que c'est que d'être ingénieur. Vous avez enfilé vos chapeaux de résolution de problèmes et travaillé tout au long du processus de construction d'une ville sur la Lune. Mais l'ingénierie ne consiste pas seulement à résoudre un problème. L'ingénierie consiste à résoudre de grands problèmes. Problèmes complexes, les ingénieurs seront essentiels pour résoudre des problèmes tels que la crise climatique, rendre l'eau propre et accessible, améliorer nos soins de santé et rendre notre monde en ligne sûre. Des problèmes auxquels notre monde est confronté et qu'un jour vous pourriez tout voir un coup de main pour essayer de résoudre. Peut-être vous avez été inspiré par ce projet et un jour, je vous verrai en génie à l'Université d'Ontario Tech. Merci encore.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kishwe and Dr. Abraham, on behalf of the Ontario Tech University, who has, as you can see through that video, they were starting to show you little snapshots of some of the cool stuff that happens when you get to university and you start to study engineering, some of the different labs and other things that you get to tinker with. So thank you very much. The other person that I'd like to introduce today, who's representing Engineers Canada, is Jeanette Southwood. Jeanette Southwood is the Vice President of Corporate Affairs and Strategic Partnerships for Engineers Canada. She herself is also an engineer. And not just anywhere, she's won a number of awards, Jeanette, and she's also dedicated a lot of her professional career in helping to mentor future generations of engineers. So it's an absolute pleasure to pass the mic over to Jeanette Southwood.
Thank you, Kim, and hello, everyone. On behalf of Engineers Canada, I'd like to congratulate everyone who has participated. We are thrilled with the interest from educators and school boards across the country in the Future City program. There's a place for you in engineering, and we hope that the Future City experience has helped you discover it. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all of our partners who made this experience possible. As you learned through your project, big ideas require collaboration and teamwork. The BREST projects tap into a variety of people with different skills and ways of seeing the world. This project is no different. A big thank you to Discover E, the founders of the Future City program, Ontario Tech University for organizing this showcase, and to Engineers of Tomorrow for their leadership and management of all our volunteers and support in the creation of the Future City experience. I'd also like to thank my colleague Kim Buffard for her work in bringing us all together. On that note, I'd like to leave all of you with one last thought. As an engineer myself, who has worked on large complex projects and managed very large teams, I can tell you from personal experience that engineering is about solving big problems, but it's also about teamwork, creativity, and ultimately helping people. Congratulations once again, and back to you, Kim.
Thank you, Jeanette. The other organization that I'd like to introduce that has played a huge role in making today possible is Engineers of Tomorrow. And speaking on behalf of Engineers of Tomorrow is Rebecca White, the CEO. Just a little bit about Engineers of Tomorrow. Engineers of Tomorrow is a nonprofit organization that specializes in grassroots engineering outreach for K-12, and they played an instrumental role in helping us to develop the Future City experience. Over to you, Rebecca.
A warm welcome to everyone here from all of us at Engineers of Tomorrow. Our goal is that you leave here today with a greater sense of curiosity about engineering and maybe even start to see yourself as an engineer. At Engineers of Tomorrow, we want to share positive messages about engineering. So I hope you've enjoyed connecting with your engineer mentors over the last few months to hear their stories and how they are designing solutions for these big, complex problems. I especially want to give everyone here a virtual high five. There you go. Hold your hands up to the screen, everyone. I'm very impressed with your dedication and hard work. From what I've seen, you can do hard things. I want you to remember that the next time you're struggling or feel like giving up. I'll wrap up by saying also a big thank you to all of our volunteers that have helped throughout this program, many of whom are here with us today. You are part of something big.
Thanks, Rebecca. Now, I know that all of you are getting really excited about presenting your models. And so I'm going to pass things over to Vanessa Ironside. Vanessa is the coordinator, engineering outreach coordinator for Ontario Tech, and she is the mastermind behind the showcase today. So I'm going to pass it over to Vanessa to let you know what the day is going to look like.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kim. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm so glad to invite you virtually to this showcase today. As Kim said, I am the Engineering Outreach Coordinator with Ontario Tech University, and I'm going to be walking us through the schedule and some of the logistics for today, just to make sure everyone knows where they're going and how to get there. So on the screen right now, you will see our schedule. This is also located on our website, as well as on the information package that all teachers should have received. Your schedule is going to be a little bit different depending on which group you're located in. So I'm going to quickly go through each team so that we know which group we're in. So if you are in Group A, you should see your team's name on the screen. This means that you are going to be the very first group to present your design during the 12:30 to 1:10 time slot. Remember, these are all Eastern Standard Times. So I'll leave this up for a moment. Make sure you double check to make sure if you're in Group A. Our Group B team is going to present during our second session. So if you see your name on the screen right now, that means that you're presenting from 1:15 to 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're in the final group, you are in Group C, which means you're presenting during 2 to 2:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our very last presentation session for the day. If you missed your group, don't worry, you can always double check your information package to double check which time you're presenting at. So for the presentation itself, all of you should have received a very unique Google Meet link that has been sent to your teacher. So when it is your presentation time, you are going to be joining that Google Meet link. Here are a few tips if you've never used Google Meet before. So if you're joining brand new and you don't have a Gmail account or a Google account, that is totally fine. When you click on your link, you should see a screen that looks something like this. You're going to put your name in what's your name, and then you're going to click Ask to Join. We have some amazing Ontario Tech University undergraduates who will be letting you into the room and walking you through the whole day. Once you join the session, your screen will look a little something like this. You're able to unmute your mic at the bottom here, turn on or off your camera at the bottom, as well as end the call. So make sure not to press the end call until the end of your session. If you are presenting your screen during the session, you're going to be pressing on this bottom button here that says Present Now. When you press on this button, it'll prompt you to share your tab or share your presentation. If you've never used Google Meets before, don't worry. Again, we have Ontario Tech University students who will be in the room to help you if you do need some help with presenting your screen. If you are not doing your presentation, you're going to be in one of our other two sessions. One of our sessions is our 3D design workshop, which is going to be run by some Ontario Tech staff and students. And in this session, you'll get to use Tinkercad to design a 3D model of a spaceship. The link to this Google Meet will be in your information package that your teacher received, and it's also located on our website. The final session that we have is space trivia. So this will be happening on this live stream on YouTube or through our website. And we'll be using Kahoot to go ahead and answer amazing questions about space. We also have a few special prizes if you do want to participate. But if you do want to be qualified for the prizes, you'll be prompted to put your full name in the Kahoot just so that we can contact you after. Once again, here's the order of your schedule. So double check what your group is and where you are going to first. At 2:40, we're all going to come back together after our 3 sessions for our closing ceremonies that'll be happening on this link right here, where we're going to hear from Dr. Mark Rosen, who is an Ontario Tech University faculty member who led our panel earlier in the year. And he's going to talk a little bit about next steps and what to do after this amazing project. If you do have any problems throughout the day, you can feel free to email me at vanessa.ironside@ontariotecU.ca. This email is also located in your information package. We also would love it if everyone could share their experience with us through the virtual platform using all of our social media channels on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Our official hashtags for this event are hashtag Future City Experience and hashtag FCE Canada. All right, everybody, we are going to start by getting ready for our rounds. Our official rounds will start at 12:30, but you have a little bit of time to navigate and get to those rounds. So if you are in Group A, you are going to be headed to your Google Meet that your teacher should have in their information package, and you are going to be doing your presentation. If you're in Group B, you're going to be headed to your 3D design workshop, which is going to be on the Google Meet live stream that is linked in your information package or on the website. And if you're in Group C, you are going to be doing space trivia. So you're going to stay right here and we're going to get started shortly. All right, so take this time to head over to your designated location and we'll get started at 12:30 in those sections. Just a reminder that we'll be having our space trivia starting on this live stream in 3 minutes. The 3D design workshop can be accessed via the website or your information package. And if you're in Group A, make sure you head to your Google Meet for your presentation. Hello, everyone. It is 12:30. We do realize that there is a bit of an issue with the 3D design workshop Google live stream, as you do need a Google account apparently to log on to the live stream. So we are working on that on our end, so please hang tight. We are, however, going to start the space trivia on this live stream. We're going to get started. We have our undergraduate student, David, who is going to be leading our space trivia. So I'm going to hand it over to David to start space trivia on our YouTube live stream, and hang tight for the 3D design workshop.
Good day, everyone. How is everyone doing this lovely afternoon? And welcome to the Future City Showcase. As Vanessa kindly introduced me, my name is David Akinyemi, and I just finished up my 3rd year of mechatronics engineering. I know, wow, 3 long years. But nonetheless, we're going to start off with our first trivia of today. And it is a pretty interesting one. So I know you're going to enjoy this very, very much as we enjoyed making this.
And second stage is stage 1 starting to make its way back down to land.
So if you would like to join the Kahoot, feel free to use the code right there on the screen. The code is 438-8717. Once again, that's 438-8717. And you can either join on the app, downloaded from the Play Store or the App Store, the Kahoot app, or you can go to www.kahoot.it and enter the code you see on your screen. And of course, as Vanessa mentioned, if you'd like to be entered into the draw for the prizes, please feel free to put your first name and last name when joining the Kahoot. Once again, if you'd like to enter into the group for the prizes, feel free to enter your first name and last name so we know who to contact if you do win. Once again, welcome to the Kahoot. And if you would like to be entered into the draw to win the prizes we have available, please don't forget to put your first name and last name as well so we know how to reach out to you. And of course, if you would like to join, the game pin is 438-8717. Once again, that's 438-8717. And you can either join on the website, that's www.kahoot.it, or you can download the app on the App Store or Play Store, which is the Kahoot app. And Kahoot is spelled Kahoot. So we still have a good number of people joining in. So just please be patient with us. Once we've had a substantial amount of people join us, we'll go ahead and right off. And trust me, it's going to be a lot of fun. So just hang tight. We have a good number of questions. Some you might already know. Some might be a bit unfamiliar to you, but that's the whole point of this, right? It's a learning experience for us all. So just hang tight. We'll be back with you pretty soon.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
So just one more time, I'm going to go over a few house rules. If you would like to be entered into the group for the prizes, please feel free to join with your first name and last name so we know how to reach out to you. And of course, you can join with the game pin 438-8717. And you can either join on the website at www.kahoot.it, or you can download the app on the Play Store or the App Store, which is the Kahoot app. And Kahoot is spelled Kahoot. And we're going to get started in less than a minute. No need to wait any longer. I know you've been waiting patiently, and I'm super excited to start off. So just hang tight. We're going to have a lot of fun very, very soon. Okay, so we're going to get started in a very short while. So let us count down from 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get the game started. This is Space Trivia. We have a good number of questions here. And please, just to keep the game honest, try not to Google any questions. Just answer honestly, and we'll have a lot of fun. So thank you for joining us. And I'm going to repeat the clean code again. It's 438-8717. And the instructions are pretty simple. Again, if you want to be eligible for the prizes, I know we have a bunch of fun nicknames. I saw a Space Jam in there. I saw a bunch of other ones. But if you want to be considered for the prize, we need to have your full name. And of course, if you don't want to put your full name, that's completely fine. You're going to have a limited amount of time to answer the questions. And while you need to answer the questions correctly, you also need to answer them quickly if you want to gain the most points. That's how Kahoot works. And once again, let's just have a simple honor code amongst ourselves. Let's try not to Google any of the answers. Let's just answer honestly, and may the best person win. So let's get right into it. Question 1. How many planets are in the solar system? 10 more seconds. Try to get your answers in before time runs out. Okay, 59 of us got this correctly. Yes, there are 8 planets in the solar system, not 7, 9, or 10. Pluto, of course, does not count as one of the planets, in case you consider that too. But there are 8 planets. So let us see our leaderboard. Deepika is up top, Ashwin Samkar NS, Arna Sharma, Alvin Jung, and Wilson. Congratulations to all of you for starting off pretty well. So let's head on to the next question. What is the brightest planet in the night sky? Again, what is the brightest planet in the night sky? 5 more seconds to go. Yes, it is Venus. It is Venus. 49 of us, fewer than the last round, but still a good portion of us got this correctly. Okay, the top 5 still stays pretty much the same. You all are starting off pretty well. So congratulations to each and every one of you. Let's head on to the next question. What is the only planet not named after a Greek god or goddess? If you have a deep knowledge of Greek mythology, now would be the right time to pull that off. Show off what you got. 5 more seconds. Let's hurry up. It is planet Earth. Yes, the very planet on which we exist, planet Earth. Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus are all named after Greek gods or goddesses. Okay, let's see if our leaderboard. Okay, still the same good people. That's awesome. You guys rock. All right, let's see the next question. What is the science of studying space? You've probably heard this quite a number of times. If you've read a lot of space books, watched a lot of space movies, let's see if you remember. All right, 3 seconds. Yes, of course, it is astronomy, not astrology. Astrology is pretty close. That has to do with star signs and whatnot. But astronomy is the official science of studying space. So if you really love space stuff and you want to study that eventually, remember that name, astronomy. Okay. Wilson, moving on top. Congratulations to you, Wilson. And a lot of people are climbing high up the leaderboards. A lot of competition, but eventually we're all winners nonetheless. Everyone's just getting this correctly. So great job, people. Next question. There have been more missions to this planet than any other planet. If you don't know the answer to this question, just take a wild guess. Go with your instincts. What do you think it could be? I'm going to throw in a clue at the very last moment. So with 5 seconds, a lot of the movies have been made about this planet, if you're wondering. Yes, Mars, of course. Mars is, aside from Earth, is probably the most famous planet. A lot of missions, 49 to be exact, both successful and unfortunately unsuccessful, but 49 in total. Okay, Wilson back on top, Alvin Jung, Tharun Sivakanga, Deepaka, and Griffitha S. Congratulations to you all for racking up those points. And of course, on February 18, 2021, the Perseverance rover landed on Mars to explore the planet. And this is the 5th rover that has been sent to Mars. So this was a very recent mission. It was pretty cool. You might want to read up some more about this. Okay, next question. Which popular theory about the origin of the universe is widely accepted by scientists? Yes, we'll give you a shorter amount of time for this one. Again, I'll try to throw in a clue at the last second. So if you're wondering, a TV show has been made about this. That should give it away. Yes, The Big Bang Theory. Not the TV show this time around. It is an official theory about how the universe was formed at the beginning. 80 of us getting this correctly. That is amazing. All right. Congratulations to you all on the leaderboard. Let's keep on moving. What is the largest planet in our solar system? All right, 5 seconds to go. Let's throw in those answers. Yes, it is Jupiter. Jupiter is pretty massive. They even call it the gas giant. Yes, it's pretty big. All right, who's moving up? Tharun Sivakanga and Deepika, congratulations. Once again, don't forget the game pin is 4388717 if you're just joining us. And you can join by either going to the website, kahoot.it, or you can download the app on the Play Store or the App Store. And if you want to be considered for the prizes, feel free to join with your first name and last name so we know who won. And of course, as is our honor code here in the Future City Trivia, please don't Google the answers. Let's keep this free and fair for all. And let's just have some fun, okay? I know we like to get competitive sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's just so we can learn something new, okay? All right, let's keep having some fun. Next question. You have to type the answer this time around. What is the hottest planet in the solar system? We gave you some more time this time around. What is the hottest planet in the solar system? Don't forget to check your spelling too, so you don't miss out. All right, 15 seconds to go. And just as a note of caution, this might be a little bit of a trick question. So don't be too hasty to answer this quickly. But nonetheless, what is the correct answer? Yep, we got a bunch of responses. But which one was it? It was Venus. Yep, it was not Mars. It was not Mercury. Definitely not the Earth. It is, of course, Venus. And why is it Venus? Well, Venus contains a high amount of carbon dioxide, so it actually stores a lot of the heat from the sun. Even though it's not the closest to the sun, it is the hottest planet just because of that. And plus, the clouds around in Venus also prevent a lot of the heat from escaping as well. So imagine how much is being trapped on that planet. I know. Pretty interesting questions, I must say. And as you can see, Mercury comes in pretty close, 430 degrees Celsius, and Venus at 471. That is very hot, I must say. You know, I'm pretty glad that we're on Earth. Earth is pretty reasonable, don't you think? Which planet has the most moons? Neptune, Earth, Jupiter, or Saturn? It is Saturn. Looks like we had a close call between Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, well, congratulations if you chose the correct answer. All right, we have a whole new leaderboard. Congratulations to Anika Mehta, Rachel Suditi Balhara, Wendy Shi, and Ashwin Sankar MS. Congratulations to you all. We still have a good number of questions to go through, so just hang tight. And yes, Jupiter is close behind with 79. Uranus has 27, Neptune has 14, Mars just has 2, and of course, Humble Earth, as I like to say, just has one. One moon is good enough, and the rest have none. So Earth is still better than a bunch of them. All right, so now we have an interesting question for you. Listen closely. All right, I'll play that one more time.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cassandra Marion, Science Advisor at the Canada Aviation and Space Museum in Ottawa. And my trivia question for you is, what do you call a space rock that survives an impact with the Earth's surface?
All right, I'll be nice. Maybe you didn't catch that question. Just so everyone can have a fair chance of listening to it, I'll just play it one more time.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cassandra Marion, Science Advisor at the Canada Aviation and Space Museum in Ottawa. And my trivia question for you is, what do you call a space rock that survives an impact with the Earth's surface?
All right, let's jump into the question. You heard that correctly. Five more seconds to go. And the correct answer is the meteorite. And you might be wondering, why is it not the meteor? Well, what we call shooting stars in the sky, that comes as a result of the meteors when they started to disintegrate and they formed those nice shining balls that you see flying across the sky. That is the meteor. But if it is lucky enough to make it to the surface and survive, then we call it a meteorite. So here's your fun fact right there. Let's see who got this correctly. Congratulations to the new leaderboard holders. Sudhiti Balhara, Ashwin Sankar MS, Katie Warner, Everett C, and Daniel De Jong. I hope I pronounced that correctly. My apologies if I butchered that. Which planets have rings around them? Again, we gave you a bit of extra time so you can think this through. It's a pretty tough question. And as is our honor code, please do not Google the answers. I know you're all fantastic and you don't do that kind of stuff. So let's take some time to ponder on this question. There are 4 of them. Which one could it be? 3 seconds to go. Yep, the correct bunch: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. 4 of those planets have rings around them. Okay, and congratulations if you moved out to the leaderboard and you switched places. Well done to you for keeping that streak going. What is a comet made of? Ice, dust, and rock? True or false? This or that? It is true. A comet is made of ice, dust, and rock. Majority of us knew this, so congratulations. If you got this correctly, well done to you. And shout out to Sudhiti Balhara for making it to the top. And of course, shout out to all the sponsors and hosts of this event. As you can see, my lovely Ontario Tech family, I got this from them, and I've learned quite a lot in the process. So what is the burst of gas and dust that follows a comet? My clue is follow your instincts with this question. Yes, it is the tail. It follows right behind it. So just like a dog, it gets a tail as well. All right, 55 of us got this correctly. Congratulations if you got this. And Katie Warner moving to the top of the leaderboard. Congratulations, Katie. True or false? Another true or false question. Are asteroids made up of ice, dust, and rock? Three seconds to go. Oh, yes, the answer is false. Comets are made up of ice, dust, and rock, but asteroids aren't. Yes, they are made up of rock, special kind of rock. You can go search and read up some more about that. It's a pretty complex structure. Let's head over to the next question. Where is the asteroid belt located? Seven seconds to go. It is between Mars and Jupiter. Congratulations if you got this. And here is our leaderboard. Well done. Well done to you all. And of course, again, if you feel like, well, you haven't been getting a bunch of questions correctly, that's okay. Again, it is a learning experience. No need to feel bad. No need to stop trying. Perseverance is a very key aspect of the sciences, of engineering, of everything around that. You don't give up when things get tough. You persevere and you keep on trying. So we're getting towards the halfway point. Getting closer and closer. The asteroid belt, as you can see, is Mars and Jupiter. We have a few slides to show around, so well done. How old is the universe? Again, here's a clue. The universe is older than you. That's all I can say. All right. 14 billion years. Not million, not thousand, billion. That's a very long time. My goodness. 45 of us got this right. Well done. Well done. And Wilson is on fire, making a comeback. Congratulations to Saditi Balhara for making it to the top of the leaderboard with a sustainable margin. That is impressive. All right. But how old is the sun? Is the sun older than the universe or younger? That's the only clue question I'm going to give you. Five seconds. You might want to just throw in a lucky guess in there. You might get it. 4.5 billion years old. Yes, unfortunately, the sun was not made or formed the same time the universe was. It's much younger, much younger than the universe. All right. Who's moving up? Congratulations to everyone moving up, racking up those points. Remember, once again, if you want to be eligible for the prizes, we need to have your first name and last name. And of course, if you don't want to put your first name and last name, that's completely fine. And if you're just joining, the game pin is 438-8717. That is 438-8717. head on over to kahoot.it and you can join the game. Let us see the next video question. Let's hear that one more time. All right, let's head on over to the question. How long does it take the sun's rays to reach Earth? I'll give you a clue. It's much faster than the time it takes you to sleep and wake up, on average. The answer is 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Still pretty long and quick at the same time, depending on what you're comparing it to. The 65 of us got this correctly. Congratulations. All right. Katie Warner and Everett C. climbing their way back into the leaderboard. Congratulations. So let's see. Our next true or false question. There is no gravity in space. True or false? Think back to all the space movies you've watched in the past. Was there gravity in space? It is false. There is actually gravity in space. I mean, that's how the moons orbit the planets, right? It's pretty little, pretty small, but there is some gravity in space, as a matter of fact. And yes, I guess this is a learning experience for us all. You can go read up some more about this. But yes, I know. Another trick question. All right, congratulations if you got this correctly. 30 of us, I believe, got this. So let's head on over to the next question. This time you have to type your answer. Well, I think the picture, the image just gave it away. But you have 3 seconds typing those answers pretty quickly. Okay, let's see what you guys put. It can't, black hole, sun, space, earth. Yup, black hole was the correct answer. Light's worst enemy, as they say, the black hole. Okay, let's move on over. Bex, I have to give a shout out to Bex right there for being the highest climber. All right, we're getting closer to the end. What is our sun made of? I'll give you a clue towards the end. So the sun is primarily made up of helium and hydrogen. What kind of substances are those? They are gases, of course. Sun is made up of gas. See, we were nice. We didn't ask you for the specific type of gases. We just asked you for the type of substance. But yes, the sun is predominantly made up of hydrogen and helium. All right, Griffith the S and Nav moving up in the top 5. Well done. Another true or false question. I love these ones. Sound travels faster in space. True or false? Again, think back to all the space movies you've watched. False. Why is it false? Because sound doesn't even travel in space at all. Sound is because of vibrating air. That's what creates the sound. And there's no air in space to vibrate. If you've watched the movie Interstellar, you'll remember that when that big explosion happened, it went dead silent. Why? Because sound does not travel in space. All right, the vacuum of outer space has essentially zero air. And as I said, because sound is just vibrating air, space has no air to vibrate, therefore no sound. All right, we're getting closer to the end. What do you call it when the sun is momentarily covered by the moon? Okay, it is an eclipse, but what kind was it? A solar eclipse, yes. When the sun is momentarily covered by the moon, very temporary. You can go search up some videos about this. It's a pretty cool sight to behold, I must say. All right, congratulations to everyone who stayed consistent. We're getting closer to the end. All right, what is the gravitational curve trajectory of an object around a planet? You know what? I'm just going to give this one away. What does the moon do around the Earth? It is in fill in the blank. Okay, 5 seconds. Let's throw in our answers. The moon is in orbit around the Earth. That is the right answer. All right, majority of us getting this again. And shout out to Sadidi Balhara. Well done, staying consistent at the top. Another video question. I even paused it so you can have a closer look at them. But we're going to keep on moving. We can't spend all day on this one. All right, next question. Name the 2 space robots on the $5 bill. It's here for you again. All right, it is the Canadarm2 and Dexter. Those are the right answers. Just some quick fun facts. The Canadarm2 is part of Canada's contribution to the ISS, and it performs station maintenance and moves supplies, equipments, and it even has astronauts. Wow, that's pretty cool. And of course, the Dexter is a 2-armed robot, which is part of the mobile servicing system on the ISS, and it does repairs and otherwise requiring spacewalks. Some pretty interesting and cool contributions by Canada to the space explorations. So thank you for participating in space trivia, and we're going to calculate the results for you right now. Let's see who finished in our top 3. 24 out of 25, Avery F. Well done. In second place, Daniel De Jong. And in first place, big round of applause to Saditi Balhara. Well done. It's not easy, but you did it. You did it. Well done. All right. Thank you all so much for participating. It was honestly a pleasure, and I hope you learned a whole lot from this trivia. And of course, keep on exploring. You never know what you might find. And until next time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, David. We hope everyone enjoyed that trivia session. I'm going to come back on as it is time for our next round. So it is currently 1:10. Our next round starts at 1:15. I know there was some issues for some individuals about joining, so we do have a few updates. If you're on the live stream, make sure to pay attention to this. So for this round, if you are going to your presentation, you are going to be clicking on that Google Meet. We had some issues where students were unable to join the Google Meet because of the restrictions on their school emails. If you're running into that issue, please have your teacher email us a link and we will have our mentors and our student join that link. Okay, so if you're unable to join the Google Meet, please email us, either myself or Rebecca, and we will find a way to get you onto the link. Space trivia. So if you're in group A, you are going to be here with David. So everyone should be joining who's in group A, this YouTube live stream. If you're in group B, like I said, you're going to your Google Meet presentation. If you're unable to join, please email us and we will try to find a way to get you onto a Google Meet or a different kind of platform. If you are in group C for a 3D design workshop, we only are doing this through Google Meet, so you do need a Google account. We're trying to figure out a way to get everybody who doesn't have a Google account on, but we're running into the same issue with the presentation rooms if you have a restricted email. So if you can, try your best to get onto the 3D design workshop for group C during this round. Again, the link is on the website. Please use the link on the website and not the one in your information package. Okay, I'll say it one more time for everybody because our round doesn't start till 1:15. If you are in group A, you are staying on this YouTube link and you are doing space trivia with David. If you are in group B, it is your presentation time. So you're going to head over to your Google Meet link. If you are unable to join your Google Meet link, please email us so that we can figure out how to get you onto some kind of link with the mentors. If you are in group C, you are heading over to our 3D design workshop. Unfortunately, this is being run through a Google Meet. So if you do not have a Google account, you may struggle to join this, okay? Again, we're trying to figure out what we can do to make this work. But for now, if you have a Google account, you can join our 3D design workshop, okay? Link for that is on our website. So that's where you can access that. All right, we're going to be starting our next rounds in 2 minutes. So everyone can go ahead and head to their sections. I'll leave up our round agenda until 1:15. All right, everybody, it is 1:15. I'm going to do one more reminder of our schedule. So if you are in Group A, you are staying on the YouTube live stream for space trivia. If you are in Group B, you are heading over for your presentation. If you are able to, please join the Google Meet that your teacher was provided. If there is some kind of board restrictions on your email, so you cannot join this Google Meet, please email us, either myself or Rebecca, a link to whatever your platform can use, whether it be Zoom or Google Meet, and we will get the mentors and our staff onto that link. Okay, so that's two options. Make sure you're able to get on. For Group C, it is the 3D design workshop. Like I said, unfortunately, this is run through our Google Meet. So if you do not have a Google account, you may struggle to join. We are trying to figure out on the back end how we can let other people in. But if you do have a Google account and you're in Group C, please head over to the 3D design workshop that is linked on the website. Okay, so make sure to head to the website, click on that link, and join us for our 3D design workshop. All right, this is our space trivia live stream. So I'm going to hand it over to David, who is going to be running our space trivia. Take it away, David.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Much appreciated. And welcome to the space trivia that is out of this world, I must say. I'm sorry I had to throw that joke in there. But of course, welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. So I'm going to go ahead to jump into the Kahoot. We have a little space launch for you just to get you warmed up. And if you already know the drill with Kahoot, well, you head on over to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin 7300591. Or you can download the app, actually. I like to do that sometimes. You can go to the App Store or the Play Store and download the Kahoot app. That is Kahoot. And of course, enter the game pin 7300591. And of course, just a quick note, we have lots of prizes available. So if you want to be in the running for those prizes, please enter your first name and last name so we know who you are. I know everyone wants to put their cool nicknames or just fun names to go in there. That's definitely okay. But if you want to be in the running for the prizes, you want to get something good today, then please put your first name and last name. And of course, if you don't want to, that's completely fine. We're not going to force you to do that. You can put whatever nickname you want. But that's just a quick side note. So we'll give everyone a moment to join in, and we'll start off pretty soon. See you soon. All right, welcome back. So this is, of course, the space trivia for Group A, I believe. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I must say. Lots of deep questions to go through, deep into the heart of space. And if you want to join in, please feel free to head on over to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin 7300591. Or you can join with the Kahoot app as well. It's a little bit more convenient. You can get that on the Play Store or the App Store. And just a quick side note, since we have lots of prizes available for all of you, if you want to enter the group to be considered for the prizes, then please feel free to enter with your first name and last name. I know I can see a bunch of nicknames as well. We've got some cool ones in there. But if you want to be eligible to win a prize today, please enter your first name and last name. And of course, if you don't want to, that's okay. Again, we're not going to force anyone to do that, but that's just a quick side note. And we'll get started pretty soon, maybe in the next minute or two. Let's see how things go. But in the meantime, just enjoy the wonderful space launch video we have for you in the background. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So we're going to get started off pretty soon. Just want to go over a few house rules again. If you want to join the Kahoot, please feel free to go to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin, which is 7300591. Or you can join with the app, which is much more convenient. You can download that from the App Store or the Play Store. And well, enter the game pin again, 7300591. Also, if you want to be eligible for the prizes we have available, please enter your first name and last name so you can be considered for that. Again, you might want to use your nicknames or any fun names that you want, which is okay. But this is just for this game. If you want to be considered for the prizes we have, please feel free to use your first name and last name. All right, so why don't I introduce myself? I never did that. My name is David Akinyemi. I just finished off my third year of mechatronics engineering at the wonderful Ontario Tech University, representing right there, Ontario Tech Engineering. And I'm going to be heading into my fourth and final year this fall. And I'm super excited to run through these questions with you all. This is space trivia, and we have some pretty fun questions to go through. Some of them are quite challenging. Some of them are kind of like trick questions, if you want to put it that way. And some are just very straightforward. You know them right from the moment you see them. But nonetheless, don't worry about it all. It's going to be a fun time. Just a quick important note. As is our honor code, please refrain from using Google or asking for answers from anyone else or searching up the answers. I know it gets pretty tempting to do that, but let's just keep it fair for everyone, make it a level playing field so everyone can compete equally and just have a fun time, okay? Don't worry about the positions. Don't worry about finishing on the leaderboard. I mean, it'll be nice to finish on the leaderboard, but that's not the main point of this, right? It's meant to be a learning experience for everyone. And finishing on the leaderboard is just an added bonus, okay? But I know you guys are not going to search up on Google. I trust you guys. I trust you. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. I'm going to announce the game pin again, maybe if you join later on, just so you don't miss out. But let's go. Space trivia. All right, here is question 1. Well, I tricked you right there. We need to do the official introduction. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Ontario Tech University, again, Engineers Canada and Engineers of Tomorrow. Thank you so much for helping us out with this competition. And once again, use your full name if you want to be eligible for the prizes. The way Kahoot works, you have to answer the questions correctly and quickly. Don't forget that. If you want to get the most points, answer them correctly and quickly. And of course, just so we make it fair for everyone, please don't search up on Google or ask for the answers from anyone else. All right, it's the moment we've been waiting for. Question 1. How many planets are in the solar system? And what I'll be doing is along the way, towards the end of the time, I'll give you a few clues in case maybe you're still stuck. Well, Pluto does not count as one of the planets. So let's see. 8 is the correct answer. 29 of us knew that. Congratulations to all 29 of you. Let's look at our first leaderboard. Max Dada, Marco Salvania, Sonia Titarenko, Mahati Tadapali, and Naomi. Pardon me, of course, if I mispronounce your name, but let's move on to the next question. What is the brightest planet in the night sky? Okay, 10 more seconds. My clue is think of the planets that are closest to the sun. That should narrow down your options. Okay, the answer is Venus. Venus is the correct answer. Let's look at the leaderboard again. Max Data on top. Well done. Next question. What is the only planet not named after a Greek god or goddess? All right. You might know a lot about Greek mythology. Well, now is the time to shine, if that's the case. Okay, it's clue time. Even if you don't know a lot about Greek mythology, it's a planet that you're pretty familiar with. I'm sure of that. Of course, it's Earth. Earth is the correct answer. Congratulations if you got this going. Well done. Okay, let's see our next question. What is the science of studying space? Okay, should I give a clue for this one? Maybe not. No, I'll let you go for this. Astronomy is the right answer, not astrology, I know. This was one of the trick questions. Astrology has to do with the star signs and whatnot, like the Taurus, Pisces, whatnot. But astronomy is the official name for the science of studying space. So if you want to be a space explorer in the future, make sure you remember that name. Mahati Tadapali, well done for making it to the top of the leaderboard. Next question. There have been more missions to this planet than any other planet? Okay, it's clue time. Whoa, I guess we all knew this. I didn't need to give a clue for this one. I was just gonna say, well, it appears in quite a lot of movies, and Mars is the correct answer. 49 missions to be exact, both successful and unsuccessful. 49 missions, and one of the more recent ones, February 18, 2021, the Perseverance rover landed on Mars to explore the planet. Yes, it's the 5th rover that has been sent to Mars. You should read up some more about that. Watch a couple of the videos. They're pretty cool. But on to the next. Which popular theory about the origin of the universe is widely accepted by scientists? Okay, clue time. A famous TV show has been made about this. Take a wild guess. The Big Bang Theory is the right answer. The Big Bang. And it all started with the Big Bang. Hey. All right. Okay, congratulations if you're moving up. If you're getting the answers correctly, that's fantastic. If you aren't, at least you're learning. That's the whole point of this, right? What is the largest planet in our solar system? Okay, clue time. It is also known as the gas giant. The gas giant. Yup, Jupiter is the right answer. Jupiter is the right answer. All right, Regavan R, well done for moving up. This time we're switching it up. You have to type in the correct answer. Now be careful, don't be in a hurry. Check your spelling, check everything before you hit that submit button. We even gave you a bit more time for this one. But that doesn't mean you should go search up the answer, okay? Just keep it fair for everyone and answer honestly. All right, we got Venus, Mercury versus, remember we said check your spelling. Venus is the right answer. Now, why is it Venus? Well, why is it Venus and not Mercury? Well, Venus has a lot of carbon dioxide, which traps a lot of the heat from the sun. And plus the clouds on the planet block it from from escaping. So it's a pretty hot planet. You can even see about 471 degrees Celsius. That's very hot. Sometimes I'm very grateful to be on Earth. It's the perfect temperature for me. Which planet has the most moons? Okay, this planet has upwards of 82. Yes, quite a lot of moons. Saturn is the right answer. Not Jupiter, but Saturn. Okay. Sonia Titarenko making it to the top of the leaderboard. Congratulations. Saturn has 82 moons. That's quite a lot. I know some of us chose Jupiter. Yes, you're pretty close. Jupiter has 79, Uranus with 27, Neptune 14, Mars has 2, and of course our humble Earth just has 1 moon. That's more than enough. Okay, we have a special question for you. Let's hear that one more time. All right. Let's jump into the question. What do you call a space rock that survives impact with the Earth's surface? Meteorite is the right answer. Meteorite. If it is a meteor, well, your meteor is pretty much what you see as your shooting star. That's what we like to call it. If it survives and makes it onto the surface, then it's a meteorite. Okay, next question. Which planets have rings around them? Take your time to think deeply about this one. You do not want to rush for this question. Thirty seconds to go. Ten seconds. Okay, we finished with some time to spare. The right answer is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay. It's a true or false question. Is a comet made up of ice, dust, and rock? True or false? A comet is made up of ice, dust, and rock. Yes, it is true. It is made up of ice, dust, and rock. Read up some more about comets. There's some pretty interesting stuff about that. I know. Okay. What is the burst of gas and dust that follows a comet called? One thing I would say, don't think too deeply about this. It's much more straightforward than you think. Well, it is the tail. I told you it's a lot more straightforward than you thought. Just like a dog, what follows it from behind? The tail. And same thing. Okay. Well done to everybody for being consistent with your answers. And everyone's just learning. I love to see stuff like this. We spoke about comets now. How about asteroids? You're made up of ice, dust, and rock. Is that true or false? It is false. Yes. Asteroids are the comet wannabes. They wish they were made up of ice, dust, and rock, but they're not. They aren't. All right, Sonia Titarenko with an answer streak of 6. Congratulations. Well done to you. All right, we have our next question. Next question. We're past the halfway point now. We're going to speed things up. Where is the asteroid belt located? It is between Mars and Jupiter. Yes, the famous asteroid belt. Okay, as you can see, somewhere around here, it just makes a nice crusted ring around this area. That's pretty cool. All right, we're getting closer and closer. How old is the universe? One thing I can say for sure is that it's older than you and me and every single person you know in existence today. All right, 10 more seconds. Let's throw in our answers. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, 14 billion years. I know most of us thought it was 50. 50 billion years is a very long time, I must say. Just 14, a nice number. Okay, congratulations to everyone, of course. Still staying persistent and making it back into the top 5. And just once again, if in case you're just joining us, the game pin is at the bottom of the screen. It's 7300591 if you still want to play. And even if you may not see yourself in the top 5, it is still a great learning experience. Just keep on playing, keep on persevering. You never know what could happen. We've seen some people come back at the very end and make it into the top 5. Anything is possible. Okay. Next question. How old is our sun? All right. Quick clue, as I promised. The sun is not older than the universe. 4.5 billion years old. The universe was 14 billion years old. And of course, the sun is younger than that, I should say. So it's 4.5 billion. Still a very long time, though. Okay, Tahim Akhtar, well done. Another video question. Okay, we got a chance to hear that well. Thank you, Ryan, for that question. How long does it take the sun's rays to reach Earth? Well, one thing I can say is that the length of this Kahoot is longer than the time it takes. So that's a little clue for you. All right, 2 seconds. Let's see who got this. It is 8 minutes. It is a perfect round. Everyone got this correctly, so congratulations. I must stop to acknowledge everyone. You guys are all brilliant. Well done. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Everyone's still going on strong. Sonia Titarenko, well done. I can see you're going at it with a hard margin, very, very wide margin. Congratulations. Another true or false question. There is no gravity in space. True or false? Think about all the space movies you've read, even the space comics, or even just your general fun facts about space. Was there gravity in space in all those instances? Oh, there is gravity in space. Oh, I see we got most of you here with this. Yes, there is actually gravity in space. Have you ever wondered how the moon orbits around the Earth, or how a lot of other extraterrestrial objects orbit around other planets? Well, it may not be a heavy amount of gravity, but it is still there. It's not negligible, as we say. Yes, 3 of us got this correctly. So congratulations if you got that one. This time around, you have to type your answer again. What has an incredibly strong gravitational pull that even light can't escape? Remember to check your spelling as well. I remember last time this happened, we missed some precious marks because of that. Okay, 5 seconds to go. Black hole, black hole. Well done. Oh, I know. It is two separate words. Unfortunately, yes. But nonetheless, 22 of us got this right. It is the black hole. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the end. Let's be patient. What is our sun made of? I'll give you the clue early on. The sun is predominantly made up of hydrogen and helium. What type of substances are those? They are gases, of course. Gas is the right answer. All right. Another true or false question. Sound travels faster in space. True or false? My clue for this round, well, this is kind of a trick question. If you know, you know. That's what I can say. So it is false, yes. Sound, in fact, does not even travel in space. That's the funny thing. It does not travel at all. In fact, the vacuum of outer space has zero air. And if you know how sound works, it's essentially just air that vibrates. So if there is no air in existence, how can there be sound? That is why there is no sound in space. Okay, let's see the next question. What do you call it when the sun is momentarily covered by the moon? That just means temporarily covered by the moon, or covered by the moon for just a short period of time. You're pretty familiar with this name. I would definitely say that. It's just knowing what kind. What kind. That's all I can say. So it was not the lunar eclipse. And it seems the majority of us knew this, so well done. It is a solar eclipse. Okay, we're getting close to the end. I know everyone's been super patient, super attentive, so well done to you. What is the gravitational curve trajectory of an object around a planet called? Think of a satellite or the moon. What do they do around the Earth? All right, 3 more seconds. They move in orbit around the Earth. Yes, orbit is the right answer for that complicated stuff that we just said right before. Let's just say it's an orbit. Another video question for you. Okay, we've seen the $5 bill quite often, but what are the two space robots there? You'll get to see the image again, don't worry. They're, of course, Canadian robots. Yes, that's why they're on the Canadian $5 bill. It's pretty amazing, the contributions that Canada has made. Yes, the Canadarm, that's a pretty nice name, Canada, and arm too. And of course, the Dexter. So the Canadarm is part of Canada's contribution to the ISS, and it performs station maintenance and moves supplies, equipment. The Dexter itself, which is the next one we're going to read about, and even astronauts. Read up some more about this. And of course, the Dexter is a 2-armed robot, which is part of the Mobile Servicing System, on the ISS, and it does repairs and otherwise requiring spacewalks. So we're at that moment. We're at the end. So thank you so much for participating in Space Trivia. Yes, it was a lot of fun. I'm sure that tested your knowledge of space. So drum roll. This is the moment we've been waiting for, of course. Who finished in the top 5? This is the podium. In third place, we have Mohib Saeed. Well done. Second place, Max Data. And first place, perfect 25 of 25. Sonia Titarenko. Well done. And of course, we have the runners-up, Sue and Tahim. Well, thank you so much. It was honestly a pleasure. And keep on exploring. That's what space is all about. And thank you so much. See you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, David. That was great. Thank you everyone for participating in round 2. It is the end of round 2, so we're going to be going on to round 3. So this is going to be starting at 2 o'clock. So we do have a little bit of time to get to your next session, but I'm going to once again go over how you get to your next session. So if you are in group A, your final thing for the day is your 3D design workshop. Now, again, you can only join this, unfortunately, if you do have a Google account. So if you do have a Google account, go ahead and head over to the 3D design workshop. If you do not have one, you are free to hang out under trivia. Again, if you would like to hang out with David and learn a little bit more about space. If you are in group B, you get to come to this live stream and participate in space trivia. So this will be your first round of space trivia. And if you are in group C, it is officially your presentation time. So you're going to go head over to the Google Meet that we provided to you and join that. If you are unable to join the Google Meet, please reach out to us so that we can get you onto a different link. Okay, so once again, if you try to join the Google Meet and you're unable to join it, please have your teacher reach out to us and provide an alternative link to Zoom, and we will get the mentors on there to read your presentation. Okay, so the next session is starting at 2 o'clock. So you have about 8 minutes to navigate your way through. Please be sure to reach out if you're having any technical issues so we can help resolve those before 2 o'clock. See you in 8 minutes. Hi, everybody. We still have 5 minutes till round 2, but I'm just going to pop on again and say one more reminder just in case you're just joining the live stream. So for our final round before our closing ceremonies, if you are in Group A, you are headed to the 3D design workshop. So that is going to be on the Google Meet live stream. Again, this can only be for individuals, unfortunately, that do have a Google account. So if you do not have one, you can stay on the space trivia and participate again. If you are in Group B, you are going to be staying on this link and you're going to be doing space trivia for the first time. We'll provide you with all the information in about 5 minutes. And if you are in Group C, it is your presentation time. So you're going to go head over to the Google Meet that was provided to your educator, and you will be able to join with the mentors. If for some reason you're unable to join, whether it be due to your school account or another reason, please reach out to us. Have your teacher reach out to us and provide a different link, and we'll get the mentors to join you in your virtual link. Okay, we're going to be starting round 3 in about 4 minutes. All right, everybody, it is 1 minute till our final round. So we are going to be just going over where everyone should be, just in case you're a little bit lost and you're on our live meet. So if you're in group A, you should be headed to the 3D design workshop. That is the Google Meet live stream. Again, for this one, unfortunately, you do need a Google account. So if you do not have a Google account, feel free to stay on this live stream and participate in space trivia again. If you're in group B, you're on the perfect spot. You should stay here. You are going to be doing space trivia with David. And if you're in group C, you should be headed over to your presentation room, which is the Google Meet. If you're unable to join the Google Meet, please reach out so that we can figure out a way to get you with your mentors for your presentation. All right, everybody, have fun during your final round, and I will see you back here at 2:40 for your closing ceremony. I'm going to hand it over to David to do space trivia.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome to our Kahoot session. So this is space trivia, of course. Lots of interesting questions you are going to touch on. Some you might be familiar with, some maybe not so much, but that's the whole point of this, right?
Falcon 9, Starlink killed.
And don't worry too much if you don't know. Just try your best. And the rest, just put in any answer you see best for yourself, okay? But there's some house rules we need to be aware of. If you want to join the game, don't forget to go to www.kahoot.it, or you can join with the Kahoot app at 1697929. That is the game pin. Again, 1697929 is the game pin. And if you also want to be eligible for the prizes we have available, please feel free to enter with your first name and last name so we know who you are. That's a very important part. But if you don't want to use your first and last name, that's okay. You can just put whatever nickname you want. But again, why are we asking for your first and last name? So you can be eligible for the cool prizes we have. All right. So once again, the game pin is 1697929, and you can either join on the website www.kahoot.it or on the Kahoot app. You can get that from the Play Store or the App Store, whichever one floats your boat. I'll be right back in a short while. Okay, welcome back. If you're just joining us, just remember you need to enter your first and last name if you want to be eligible for the prizes, or you can just play for fun. But I mean, it'll be much better to play for the prizes, right? And if you want to know how to join the game, you need to go to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin 1697929. Or you can go to the Kahoot app on the Play Store or App Store, whichever one you wish to use. I find it to be more convenient, so I like to use the Kahoot app sometimes. But of course, once you get that, you need to enter the game pin 1697929. And again, if you want to be eligible for the prizes, you need to use your first name and last name. Okay. I'll get back in maybe a minute, 2 minutes. Let's see how things go. And then we'll get the game started. Okay, I am back. And we're going to start off in less than a minute. So just keep the game pin handy if you still want to play. The game pin is 1697929. And if you want to join, you need to go to www.kahoot.it, or you can download the app for your convenience. And we'll get it started off. Let's count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm excited. Let's go right into it. So, of course, I would like to thank and shout out all the partners involved with this. Ontario Tech University, as you can see with my lovely bucket hat. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is David Akinyemi. I just finished up my third year of mechatronics engineering, going into my fourth year in the fall, and I've learned so much for the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Sciences at Ontario Tech. And of course, thank you to Engineers Canada and Engineers of Tomorrow for this competition. So, few house rules again. If you want to be eligible for the prizes, please use your first name and last name so we know how to contact you. If you use a nickname, we won't know who you are. So it's going to be pretty difficult on our end. So just to make our jobs easier. And the way Kahoot works is that you need to answer the questions correctly and quickly. The quickly part is a very important part, because if you're the last person to answer, but you still answered correctly, you don't get as many points as the person who answered quickly first. And the last one, I know you guys aren't going to do this. I trust you all. But just to keep the game fair, let's abstain from using Google or searching up answers or asking our partners what the correct answer is. I mean, anyone can do that. Yeah, that's what we call cheating. And I know you guys don't cheat. You're all good people. So just to keep it fair, let's not use that. Let's just answer it honestly. If you don't know the answer, what I do is I just guess. Honestly, just good old guessing. It works sometimes. All right, enough of the talk. Time to answer some questions. How many planets are in the solar system? Pluto does not count as one of the planets, in case you're counting. All right, 3 more seconds. 3 more seconds. Well, time's up right now. 37 of us chose a number 8, a lucky number 8. Well, not so lucky. I mean, we know that. So get Noob, Felicia, Nora Chun. Pardon me if I butchered that. Alexis, Aaron, I get that. Aaron Anthony, and Pragnia Harsha. Well done. Congratulations for finishing in the top 5. Next question. What is the brightest planet in the night sky? Just think of the planets that are pretty close to the sun. That's a very strong clue right there. Three more seconds. Let's see who got this. Venus is the right answer. Venus, not Mars, not Saturn, not Uranus. It is Venus. Okay. Well done to all of you. Next question. What is the only planet not named after a Greek god or goddess? Yes, you might have some Greek mythology fans starting to shine in this round. Well done to you. And of course, this planet is one that you know quite a lot about. You've learned about it in your whole life, pretty much. So, what planet could it be? It is the beautiful planet Earth. It even had the green color attached to it. We're going green with Earth. All right. Let's see. Next question. What is the science of studying space? One clue I'll give for this, it ends with the Y. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to make it easy for you. There are 3 options that end with the Y. So 7 more seconds. Let's go. Yeah, astronomy is the right answer, not astrology. I often see people choose astrology sometimes. Astrology has to do with all that stuff around like being a Taurus, Pisces, Scorpio, and all of that, the star signs. But astronomy is the correct answer. Okay, Feliciana Chon, well done for making it to the top of the leaderboard. Let's see our next question. There have been more missions to this planet than any other planet. If you were to watch a space movie right now, what is that cliche planet that they always go to? Just think of it that way. That's how I see this question. Yup, it is Mars. What other planet? You know, it's always about Mars, finding Martians and aliens on Mars. Yeah, classic Hollywood story, right? Okay, and the most recent one, this was a cool one I read about and found out about. February 18, 2021, the Perseverance rover was the 5th one that was sent to Mars. Go watch the videos from that. It's pretty amazing. Which popular theory about the origin of the universe is widely accepted by scientists? Remember, about the origin of the universe. In fact, one of my favorite TV shows was named after this. Yup. And it all started with the Big Bang. I just have to sing that every time. The Big Bang Theory is the right answer. The Big Bang. Bella Obaseki making it to the top 5. Well done. Okay. What is the largest planet in our solar system? The gas giant, as it's called. It's pretty massive. Of course, it's bigger than the Earth. The Earth is not the biggest planet. Okay, we are at the end. It is Jupiter, the gas giant. Fun fact, there's like this massive volcano on Jupiter. It's that red dot you see when you look at the planet. Go read up some more about that. It's pretty shocking every time I read about space. Okay, we're switching it up. You got to type your answer. Watch out for your spelling. And, well, best of luck. What can I say? What is the hottest planet in the solar system? This might be a bit of a trick question, so just be careful. But nonetheless, I'm sure you know what you're doing best. Okay, we're getting closer to the end. 10 more seconds. Three seconds to go. Let's see. Venus, Mercury, the Sun, Mercury, Venus. Venus is the hottest. He told you, watch out for the spelling. Venus is the right answer. Why is it Venus and not Mercury? Well, I mean, Mercury is the closest to the Sun, but Venus has a lot of carbon dioxide that traps all of that heat. As you can see, it just edges out Mercury, 471. That is very hot. Okay. If you want to make dinner on Venus, you don't even need to start a fire. Which planet has the most moons? This planet has a whopping 82 moons. Sometimes I wonder, what is it doing with all those moons? Like, why? Earth just has 1 and Saturn has 82. Jupiter is pretty close. I can see why you would want to choose Jupiter. Jupiter has 79. As you can see, Uranus has 27, Neptune has 14, Mars just edges out Earth with 2, and of course, humble Earth has 1. We have a video question. Okay, I hope you got that. Don't worry, we're going to repeat the question for you. Let's see. What do you call a space rock that survives impact with the Earth's surface? Ooh, 10 seconds. Don't get nervous. Just trust your instinct. You probably know this. All right, it is a meteorite. That is the right answer. So well done. Catherine P. moving up to the top of the leaderboard. Well done. Well done. Okay, next question. Which planets have rings around them? We'll give you about a minute just to think through this one. All right. And of course, don't search up the answers. We already established that honor code. I know you have a lot of time, but just think through it, stay calm, and trust your instincts. "20 seconds to go. "10 seconds. All right. We are at the end. What was the perfect combination? Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Those were the Fantastic Four. Okay, let's see how we're looking. For the next questions, the true or false question. I love these ones. A comet is made up of ice, dust, and rock. True or false? There's 2 ways this could go. It's 50-50. If you don't know, just go for something. All right. 7, 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Let's see. It was true. Yes. Comet is made up of ice, dust, and rock. Perfect combo. Okay. Now, what is the burst of gas and dust that follows that comet that is made up of ice, dust, and rock? Do not think through this too heavily, okay? It's much simpler than you think. That's my clue for this round. Yep, it is the tail. 36 of us getting right to the tail. Okay. Bella Obasaki, congratulations. True or false? Asteroids are made up of ice, dust, and rock. You know, comets are made up of ice, dust, and rock, but are asteroids made up of the same stuff? To be or not to be? To be made up of ice, dust, and rock. Okay, let's find out. It is false. No, the asteroids are not like the comets. They are different. They're made up of a Whole different breed of materials. Okay, next question. We've gotten past the halfway point, so just hang tight. Where is the asteroid belt located? Between Mars and Jupiter, Earth and Mars, Saturn and Jupiter, or Venus and Earth? Okay, let's see, which one could it have been? Mars and Jupiter. Yes, Jupiter is involved. Was it Mars or Saturn? I know a good portion of us thought it was Saturn and Jupiter. Nope. Here's why. Let me show you the evidence. It's right here, as you can see, the asteroid belt. Between Mars and Jupiter, just that nice ring. You know, the universe is pretty amazing. Lots of beautiful stuff just to find out about. But how old is this universe? All right, let me throw in a clue just to spice things up. It is in the billions. So I'm sorry, that cancels out one of the options. 14 billion years to be precise. Yes, 50. Wow, that's a long time for it to be around, but it isn't quite the answer. 14 billion is the correct answer. So let us see how we're doing. Next question, how old is the sun? Now, hold on, slow down. The sun is younger than the universe, of course. So do with that as you wish. All right, 2 seconds. 4.5 billion years. That's still a very long time, nonetheless. Very, very, very long time. Okay. Kevin Meislick, I need to shout out some more people that are making it into the top 5. And of course, if you've made it this far, well done to you. You are a champion. Here's another video question. All right, let us jump into that. Thank you, Ryan. How long does it take the sun's rays to reach Earth? All right, let's see. 8 minutes. There is no gravity in space. True or false? One thing I'll say from past experiences, don't be too hasty to answer this question. True or false? There is no gravity in space. It is false. There is actually gravity in space. Yes, I saw some quick responses at the start. But in fact, the moon orbits around the Earth and some other extraterrestrial objects. How do you think they do that? It's just a little bit of gravity. And it's not as much as you might experience on the actual planet itself, but there is. So let's see. We all learn. That's how the process works. It's not just a game to be competitive, it's also a game to see who can learn. This time around, you need to type in the correct answer. And this time, watch out for your spelling, okay? You don't want to miss out. My clue, I'll give you 2 separate words. Okay, we are at the end. The image kind of gave it away as well. So let's see what we got. Atmosphere, black hole, Milky Way. Black hole is the right answer. Black hole. Well done. 32 of us getting the black hole right. Okay. So Catherine P moving up again. Well done. Let's see how we're doing. We're getting close to the end. What is our sun made of? It's made up predominantly of 2 substances, hydrogen and helium. And what kind of substances are those? Again, think of hydrogen and helium. Well, if you didn't know, now you know. They are gases. Yes, gases. All right, let's see the next round. True or false? Sound travels faster in space. Again, don't be in a rush to just jump at this one. Let's learn from previous rounds. All right, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. It is time to face the music. What was the correct choice? False. Sound does not even travel in space, funny enough. So, yeah, there's a vacuum in outer space, as we know. And if you know the mechanics of how sound works, it's essentially vibrating air. And if there's no air, what does that mean? Well, there's no sound. Okay, let's see the next question. What do you call it when the sun is momentarily covered by the moon? A supervolca, a lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, or just a flat out blackout? Yes, it's the solar, not the lunar. That is the right answer. All right. Feliciana Joan, well done for making it into the first position spot. Now we're getting closer to the end. We're going to jumble this one up a bit. What is the gravitational curve trajectory of an object around a planet? Essentially, what does the moon, for example, or a satellite do around the Earth? Okay, it's the moment of truth approaching us. Let's find out. It's an orbit around the Earth, of course. Orbit is the key word. Orbit. Okay, we have our last video question. All right, we're going to learn a bit about Canadian history. Name the two space robots on the $5 bill. Very last question of the afternoon. Remember, it's a multi-select round, so pick more than one option. All right, well, we're at the closing point. The Dexter and the Canadarm2. I love that name. It just feeds off of Canada, the Canadarm2. That's great. So let's learn some more about these. The Canadarm2 was part of Canada's contribution to the ISS, which is the International Space Station, and it performed station maintenance and moved supplies, equipment, the Dexter itself, which is the next one we're going to read about, and even astronauts. Pretty amazing. And of course, the Dexter is a two-armed robot as part of the mobile servicing system on the International Space Station, and it does repairs otherwise requiring spacewalks. So I hope you learned quite a fair bit from this. Don't worry about what position you finished in. That doesn't really matter at this point. It's about the knowledge that you're leaving with from this competition. But nonetheless, we still have to congratulate those who finished off in the top 5. So let's see our leaderboard. Yes, in third place, Bella Abasiki, well done, 24 out of 25. Get Noob, you weren't a noob in this competition. You did great. And of course, first place, Feliciana Chon, well done to our top 5 contestants. I hope you all had a lot of fun. It was pretty amazing going through these with you. And of course, don't forget to keep on exploring. Space as a whole new world out there. So thank you. And back to you, Vanessa.
Awesome. Thank you so much, David. All right, everybody, we are wrapping up our final round. We do have a few more moments before we are going to go into our closing ceremonies. So just hang tight for now. I am going to reiterate a couple of things for those still on the chat. We will be starting our closing ceremonies very shortly. If you were unable to attend the 3D design workshop, we actually have a recording of the workshop that we were able to get. So that will be sent out to all teachers. So if you're unable to participate, you'll be able to watch the recording and learn how to do some 3D design on your own. For all of our amazing participants for our trivia, we will be going through the top 3 individuals from each session, and we'll be trying to reach out to your teachers to see if we can get you your prize for participating. And for your presentations, if you were unable to get into your presentation or if there's any issue, please feel free to reach out to myself or Rebecca, and we can figure out if there's something that we can do. Thank you so much for everybody for being so patient with the technology. We know that it is a new thing to navigate, so we really appreciate your patience today. So like I said, we will be starting our closing ceremony shortly, so just hang tight and we'll wait for everyone to finish their presentations and come back to the YouTube live stream. Speak to you shortly. Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again. Thank you for coming to our closing ceremonies for the Future City Experience. I want to start by thanking everybody so much for participating today and for their resilience as we are trying to navigate all the technology challenges that we may have experienced today. Just a few housekeeping pieces. So if you were trying to participate in the 3D workshop, we will have a recording of this being sent out to each educator, as we know that some individuals were unable to participate due to some restrictions with joining. So no need to worry, you will get a copy of that video that'll be sent to your teacher so you can participate on your own time. We do apologize for any inconvenience or any frustration that may have caused. In terms of our space trivia, we will be going through all of our top getters for points for all of our sessions, and we will be sending out prizes based off of your first and last name. So hopefully you put in your first and last name so that we can reach out to your teacher and get the proper information to send you a prize. Finally, thank you so much for the presentations. If for some reason you were unable to join the presentation or there was some issue with not getting your results, please reach out to myself or Rebecca so that we can make sure that that gets all handled. All right, everybody, once again, welcome to our closing ceremony for Future City. To start off our ceremony, we have a very special guest. We have Dr. Mark Rosen, who is a professor with the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science at Ontario Tech University. He may look familiar to you if you were part of our panel, as he was our moderator for our panel back in March. He's going to talk a little bit today about some next steps, or where do we go from here after you did this amazing project today for Future City. So I'm pleased to welcome Mark for everybody. Mark, go ahead and take it away. I'll stop sharing my screen so you're able to.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Let me get things, now that I'm looking a little more organized. Hello to everyone. First, a quick check that I can actually be both seen and heard. I imagine by now Vanessa or someone else would let me know if that weren't the case, but if it is, let me know. Thanks. It's a pleasure to be back. I suppose I did such a terrible job at the opening ceremonies moderating that the penance was I'd have to come back and speak to you one more time. But it actually is truly a pleasure. I love engineering design, and that's what this competition is all about. So the fact that you participated in this Future Cities event, this experience, this chance to learn and try your ideas out, I congratulate all of you for that, regardless of what you got, whether it was ready to launch or iterate and improve. It doesn't matter. It's a great experience to have participated in, to got that learning under your belt, to get a flavor of what engineering is all about on a very challenging project. I want to talk a little bit about engineering design. The organizers thought maybe it'd be a nice way to encapsulate much of what went on explicitly, or maybe implicitly in a hidden way, in your activities. So to do that, I'm going to share my screen. We'll see if this works. It should. Let's see, I want this one. All right. At this point, I hope you can see a screen titled Engineering Design. Great, I'm assuming that's the case. I've got a lot of slides here, but they're quick. I just want to zip through them. Engineering design, it's kind of the heart. Design is the heart and soul of what engineering is all about. Creating things, taking science and math and knowledge like that and seeing what we can build, what we can develop based on it, whether it's a small micro component like a chip for a computer, or as big as an entire city, or even larger. Let's see if this works. There we go. To start, engineering design is creative. I'm sure that you've got that feeling now from everything you did in your competition. You try ideas out. You look for new ideas. You use your creativity. It's not all technical. It's art and science coming together to come up with things that will work, but look good and are easy to work with. Big creative process. If you like developing and building things, engineering is just a great place for you to end up. And to encapsulate it, going into old sayings, building a better mousetrap, you might argue that's what engineering is about. Sometimes building something new, sometimes revamping and improving something old, using creative ideas to develop new things. Sometimes it involves thinking outside the box, like building perhaps a better defense against a mousetrap. Engineers do all sorts of things, and engineering design involves that. This I took from a snowboard company's ad, but I liked what it captured. And no other way I could put it, engineering design is awesome. If you look at what has been created by people from way back thousands of years ago to the present day, it's astounding. It's awesome, the things that have been created. Let me take you quickly through some of the things that come to my mind. Futuristic flight, aircraft. This is a mock-up for a future NASA spacecraft that might come to being, but the ability to fly and develop new and better aircraft that can go at the speed of sound or faster, supersonic and even hypersonic, many times the speed of sound down the road. Automobile transport, developing new cars, using all sorts of engineering techniques like finite element methods that create a mesh of the vehicle to test for heat transfer and where things get too hot, or stress where things get too perhaps prone to break. You can use it for fancy cars, regular day cars, and newfangled vehicles. I don't even have a clue what this vehicle is, but crazy engineering designs sometimes come to be. Bridges, the Confederation Bridge in Canada, Canadian one, joining New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, the longest span in the world over waters that have ice in them. I think it's 12.9 kilometers long, an amazing feat. And if you move into space, and I couldn't help but go there since your competition took you there, satellites so that we could communicate all over the planet so readily, have geographic information systems, Google Earth, and spot anything you want on the planet. Amazing developments. You saw this a few minutes ago with David speaking, the Canadarm, robots, robotic systems that can work on Earth in standard industrial environments or in very dangerous environments like the inside of a nuclear reactor, or challenging environments like outer space. The Canadarm here is a magnificent piece of ingenuity and example of engineering design. Newfangled energy technologies. Here's a solar power tower in Seville, Spain. About 1,000 mirrors surrounding a central tower. All the mirrors focus the sunlight on the top of the tower, where there's a collector where water is turned to steam that's used to generate electricity. Amazing engineering development. Cities. Building cities, there's Toronto, the buildings where people work, where people live, the transport corridors to move people in and out of the city, the heating, cooling, lighting systems inside those buildings, the amazing structures like the CN Tower, all things that engineers have to come together to design. And existing cities, newfangled cities of the future. Here's a mock-up from a fuel cell company of what a futuristic city might look like, one where the energy has been converted to, energy supply has been converted to renewables. Solar and wind, for instance, moved outside the city. And inside the city, the main energy forms that are appearing are electricity and hydrogen, clean chemical fuel, as well as an electrical energy source to drive everything, keeping cities clean. Engineering design requires care. Can't emphasize that enough. There's an ethical responsibility for engineers to do a good job, to look out for problems, to anticipate them, and do everything feasible to make sure nothing unsafe, unhealthy comes about. When engineering is done poorly in the design sense, things can go wrong. They can go very wrong. Some examples. The Hindenburg Disaster. This is an airship, a Zeppelin, 1937 in New Jersey, I believe it was. It crashed to the ground live on television. Learned a lot about flying airships, one of which is if you want to fill the balloon, the airship, with a lighter than air gas, don't use one that's combustible like hydrogen if there are sparks or heat sources nearby that could cause it to ignite. The Tacoma Narrows Bridge. This bridge actually is twisting and turning due to flutter caused by the winds blowing over it. They did not anticipate that in the design. It actually started twisting and turning until it self-destructed and fell apart. You can find that video online if you search for the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Washington State. They realized a lot and made sure that future designs were not susceptible to this flutter effect that would have the wind basically cause this twisting to increase and increase and increase as the wind blew until it destroyed itself. We're building new technologies like windmills, but we have to make sure they have both cut-in points where the wind's strong enough for them to work and cut-off points where the wind gets too strong and they stop turning to avoid overheating and potentially causing fires. And finally, they sometimes go right into space. This is the Challenger space shuttle explosion, the destruction of the vehicle in 1986. About a minute and a half after takeoff, there was a problem with one of the seals in the rings. The flames came out, ignited the main tank, destroying the craft and all aboard. Engineering design was identified as a problem relative to the conditions they were launching in. So let me talk for a minute about the engineering design process. Great things come out of engineering. It's not by accident. First, the engineering design process. It's open-ended. An interesting thing about design is there's no answer. There's no one single answer. It's not like a problem you get in school where you asked to solve it on a test, you get the answer and it's right or wrong. There are many right answers, many solutions to an engineering design challenge. It depends on what you weigh as important versus someone else weighs important, what you deem worth considering, what you deem worth ignoring or approximating. There's no single answer. That makes it a challenge. It can be overwhelming. There's so many factors to consider and there's no single answer and you're trying to come up with a best design. Well, luckily to help, there are methodical processes in place to guide engineering design. And I hope through your experience in this challenge, the Future Cities Challenge, you were able to start to appreciate them. You develop initial concepts, you revise, you improve, you weigh them against each other, you hone them down to eventually come up with your best design. A lot of brainstorming. The work gets more involved as you move towards your best design. Design for X. We often treat X here as the many variables that come into play in engineering design. You design for operability. You design for function so that it works. You design for economics so it's not too expensive. Design for health and safety so nobody gets sick or hurt because of it. And on and on and on the list goes, but breaking it up that way gives you a chance to address the different aspects of any design that are important. It's often important to address issues early, things like health and safety that are central to what's done in engineering. Your prime directive is to watch out for the health and safety and welfare of the public in anything you do. Well, addressing health and safety early in a design is much more effective than finishing the design saying, we got a problem, we forgot to consider safety, and trying to rig it after to add some add-ons for safety. You do it early, it's much smoother and cheaper usually. And iterate and optimize. We iterate, we all iterate. No design I've ever seen didn't go through multiple iterations before it finally approached its final state. And often that final state involves an optimization scheme to make sure you don't only get to the best design, then you tweak it to be as good as it can possibly be. It's a cyclic process, kind of like shown in this diagram, where you research ideas, you imagine the designs, you come up with the detailed designs, you build them, you test them, you learn from things that don't quite work out, You go back and improve it, do what necessary research you have to do to improve, and around the cycle you go. So that's a lot of what engineering design is about. Let me stop sharing my screen for now and basically then come back and say, I hope through your experience, through your participation in this challenge, you were able to learn a lot about engineering, get a flavor about engineering, and perhaps the spark has been ignited to, in the future, consider becoming an engineer. And with that, I come to the end of my talk. I'd love to take questions, but I don't know if we have time, and this is the end of a long process for you. So if you do have any questions, perhaps you can track me down at Ontario Tech University or contact the organizers and they'll pass it on to me. Otherwise, take care. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Back to you, Vanessa.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. It was so great to hear about all the applications and the passion that you speak about engineering design with. So thank you for sharing that with us. And hopefully
Pleasure.
it gives all those students, whether they got the ready to launch or even test and redesign, some inspiration about where they can go from here. So thank you. All right, everybody, we are wrapping up the final few moments of our Future City experience. To wrap up, I just want to provide a few thank yous. First off, I would like to provide a big thank you to Engineers Canada and Engineers of Tomorrow for all the work they did. They were amazing at contacting all of our mentors and contacting all of your educators to get you involved in this program. I also want to send a big thank you to Ontario Tech University and our students who were able to help support some of our classrooms and run our trivia and our 3D design workshops. I also want to send a really big thank you to the mentors. The mentors did a really great job of working with all of you throughout the year, as well as giving you some feedback and some things to work on today. So they took a lot of time out of their days in order to help you. So let's send a really big thank you to all of those mentors for all of the work they did for this experience. We also want to send a huge thank you to all of your teachers. It was extremely hard this year, given the situation, to navigate all of these virtual expectations. So let's send a huge thank you to them for all the work they did and helping inspire you to create your future cities. And last but not least, I want to send a big thank you to all of you. You all did an amazing job. You were very resilient given the changes constantly happening throughout the year, and also for navigating all the challenges of today. So a big thank you to you for participating in this program. If you really enjoyed the experience, we will be running this again next year, hopefully in person. So more details will be coming out in September 2021 by Engineers of Tomorrow. When this is run in person, it's a much more exciting event where we all get to be together and show our cities off in person, where we can walk around and actually see the cities. So we hope that that can happen next year. And if you had a great time, look out for September 2021 in order to get all of that information. So thank you everybody once again. You will be hearing from us to get a copy of that 3D design workshop, but otherwise have a great day. And I hope you really enjoyed the Future City experience.